Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a mini episode of Garbâge, but I think that both of these topics really tie into one another. It's an overall similar theme, I guess, but we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ken possibly going their separate ways, and I also want to talk about Julia Fox's recent Halloween costume that she's now being sued over. So we're going to talk for a few. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So like I said, the kind of overall topic of this, we're talking about two murderous topics, if that makes sense. I don't know. We know that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a little gremlin, and Julia Fox recently dressed up as Jackie Kennedy on the day of JFK's assassination. And no, I'm not just talking about the pillbox hat and the pink suit. I am talking about fake that was on this costume of hers. So at the top, let's talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She has a very long history of posting and deleting things, but as we know, it's social media and screenshots exist, people download stuff, and she's not as quick as the people that are saving her stuff. So she recently shared on TikTok that she wanted to go back to the beginning with Ken. She wanted to go back and, it was basically this whole like, can we go back to where it started? Can we redo this? It was something along those lines. I'll put the screen grab right here of what she was saying. Number one, this could just be for attention, because a lot of things that she does is strictly for attention, clicks, views, so that she can stay relevant, so on and so forth. We know her blueprint. But if this was something that she posted in the middle of her and Ken discussing going their separate ways, and she decided to go to social media to spill her feelings, I find that to be really funny, because as I've said before, I do not wish a happy, wholesome, thriving future for Gypsy. She has already been given way more than she deserves. She has been treated with so much more respect than she deserves. And just the fact that she is any level of irrelevant on social media is more than she deserves. So if it's for attention, that's pathetic. If it's true and maybe it has gone the other way now, then, maybe y'all were fighting and talking about going your separate ways because you're a terrible person, and Ken has finally caught on to the gig that you're running. You are never going to catch me giving an ounce of sympathy or pity to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. There are people that I firmly disagree with, but I can still say, you know what, if they were going through a really hard time, I would have some sympathy and understanding for what they're going through. Not with her. It would have to be something so devastating for me to even say, you know what, this is where I'm going to use my sympathy, because I finally feel bad for the little gremlin. But 99%, I can say that I will never send sympathy her way because of who she is and the insane amount of opportunity and attention that she's been given since her prison release. Now, secondly, let's talk about Julia Fox. Julia Fox is known as an American model, which I don't follow her. I don't know a whole lot about her. Of course, I do know of her and know of the name, but she is now being sued by JFK's grandson over this costume. I will post it right here. Keep in mind, this is fake. It's not real. But she wore this on Halloween, and he has released a statement saying that the costume is disgusting, desperate, and dangerous. Also shared on X, Julia Fox glorifying political violence is disgusting, desperate, and dangerous. That was his full statement. She said that she wore the costume as a statement about the poise and extraordinary bravery she showed when subjected to unimaginable brutality. So there's two sides of this conversation. I'm going to side with Jack. I'm not going to side with somebody that utilized this as a costume for Halloween. I don't think that there's a lens that you could view this from where you would see this costume and say, you know what, she really made a statement. She really went out there and just made people think. No, it was grotesque and cruel and not something that should be utilized as a costume on Halloween or any other day. I think there is a way to focus on Jackie Kennedy's bravery without utilizing this kind of visual representation. You can wear the suit, wear the pillbox hat. Nobody with a right mind would say, you know what, you can't just wear that, we've got to put fake blood on you too, or else it's just going to fall flat. And I know for a fact that Julia is in a position where she has a team around her. She has stylists and hair people and makeup artists and managers and agents. Just the fact that nobody in the room, when she was putting this ensemble together, said, you know what, this is wrong. We should not do this. Let's kind of change this before it gets really ugly. And if nobody in the room said it, she should have been able to come to that conclusion on her own. So I think this was incredibly distasteful, and I'm so glad that so many people are calling her out. There are people that have said, I was a really big fan of Julia Fox until Halloween. I used to really like her until Halloween. And this has changed their perspective on her and kind of the moral compass that she is lacking.
I am suing Julia Fox not because she wore a pink suit, but because she used the trauma of my grandmother, Jacqueline Kennedy, for entertainment. She splattered fake blood on her coat, skirt, and stockings, almost a one-to-one replica of the scene of my grandfather's assassination. My grandmother's pink suit was soaked in blood. She refused to change to bear witness to the brutality of violence. This unwashed outfit is still preserved in the National Archives as a testament to historical trauma. When I saw Julia Fox's photos, I felt nothing but anger and disgust. Even more unacceptable is that this wasn't the first time Julia had done this. In 2023, for Halloween, she dressed as a serial killer victim, wearing blood makeup. She has also worn war-themed costumes, religious grotesque outfits, and transparent latex baby costumes, each time drawing public criticism for exploiting suffering. The Kennedy family's legacy is public service, not sensationalism. Some suffering cannot be mocked, some history must be respected, and no one has the right to turn someone else's tragedy into a source of online traffic. I believe my late grandmother would agree with me.
But I would love to know how y'all feel about all of this. So yeah, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.